Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for April 2022. So one of the big events that we got going on here today is the conjunction between Jupiter and Neptune. So recap. Jupiter takes 12 years to go through all the signs of the zodiac, meaning that Jupiter bumps into each and every single planet, regardless of where they're at in the cosmos, once every 12 years. Anytime Jupiter kind of bumps into a planet, it's a big deal. It opens up a brand new cycle. It opens up a brand new soul contract, a brand new life lesson. Here's the thing though, Jupiter and Neptune, this is the first time, not only in 12 years that they've gotten together in the cosmos, in the sky, but the last time that they were actually in Piscean waters for their meetup was like 165 years ago. That's a big deal. This is a once in a lifetime event. And you may be saying, if you've been following me for any amount of time, like, wow, we've been having a lot of once in a lifetime events. If you go back to 2020, when this whole pandemic thing unfolded, that was a huge conjunction with a lot of the major heavy hitting planets that haven't happened in like years and years and years. May I remind you, this is the time and the place to be on this earth, as uncomfortable as it is. We came here, if you're alive here listening to me, you came here to experience these once in a lifetime events, because this is the Great Awakening. This is us shifting into the age of Aquarius. This is a big deal. And those that are here to witness the changes within the collective and within yourself, this is unprecedented history that will go down in our cosmic history, our galactic history, and be talked about for eons to come. So we have Jupiter, who is about growth and expansion and blessings and rewards. We have Neptune, that is about dreams, soul self, spirituality. They're both in Pisces. Pisces is water. It is emotional, it is intuitive, it is karmic in nature. Water has the ability to transform. This is a time where, especially on the Greater Grand Collective, we are going to see a trigger and an activation point where we are literally creating more of a spiritual realm here on Earth than the physical realm is in existence. In the Ascension forecast for this week, I talked about how the other dimensional realms are more real to us than this fake facade breaking down of the matrix. Jupiter and Neptune coming together in this way in Piscean energy is literally triggering and activating an emotional and spiritual tsunami that will flood this earth with a higher realm form of intelligence where spirituality, karma, intuition reigns supreme. Now also, keyword tsunami, this is a water event. Pay attention to the water weather events taking place all around the world. These particular astrological situations do have a reverberatory effect on our weather systems. Now, you might be saying, well, tsunami doesn't sound so good. Might not be a tsunami, but we are going to see a lot of change in the waters. Keyword, watch the water. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But the water on Earth, the levels, the area, the fluctuation in intensity is a thing. This is a spiritual contract that this particular collective is fulfilling. And in our own individual lives, we really do get to see a different set of values, beliefs, dreams, inspirations, and a new level of spirituality actually unfold. This is a time of high manifestation where we're literally able to bring our dreams into reality. This is a time where we are leveling up to new frequencies and vibrations, to a new spiritual level that none of us have ever reached before. This is a very interesting time to be alive. And the more the 3D construct breaks down and disintegrates, the more we have to rely on the high vibrational dimensions of New Earth. And this is going to be a true trigger, a true activation point where we will be seeing a shift in the collective, a shift in humanity, a shift in the vibrational frequencies of this earth. Individually, this is a great time to tap into your creativity, to tap into your spiritual practice, to be renewed in your faith, in your hope, in your dreams, in your desires. This is going to be a very, very interesting time to see how this unfolds. The other thing about it is, of course, there's a downside to this, and the negative frequencies, the negative vibrations illuminate for us where it is that we're so overwhelmed, where it is that we're disconnected from our spiritual self, where it is that we don't believe that our dreams are even possible because of the fear mongering happening in this matrix, that we want to escape. That Neptune energy, that Piscean energy is the escape artist of the zodiac. This is where we're supposed to bring things full circle, not run away from the roles and responsibility of our karmic contracts to do so. So there is going to be a little bit of a bump, if you will, a little bit of a shock wave, if you will, in order to see the unconscious part of us, because Pisces energy is the unconscious collective, the unconscious part of us now come into awareness. And normally, typically speaking, the unconscious only becomes conscious when there is a trigger and an activation that kind of reverberates through our soul contracts, our soul self, to bring some of these not so nice parts of us, whether it's from this incarnation or in past, to the surface. So there is going to be this, gong show, if you will, this bang that sends out this frequency in order for us to illuminate the parts of us that haven't been acknowledged and integrated. In order for us to do so, we have the spiritual wisdom, the encouragement, the backing of the cosmos right now in order to do it. The collective, the greater, grander collective, is going through essentially the dark night of the soul. What is the dark night of the soul? It's the stripping of the ego. It's the stripping of the falsities in which man has created. And does that feel good? No. Do we have to do it? Yes. Why? Because we have to shine a bright light on the darkest parts of what man and humankind have created on this earth. The only way we can shift into new earth is if we fully illuminate all the toxic, negative, bad, shady shit that man has been a part of in creating this quote unquote hell on earth. We have to acknowledge quote unquote hell on earth before we can have heaven on earth, which is essentially the new earth that we are all trying to create. So today is going to be a big emotional feels kind of day. Now, reminder, when we talk about these aspects, it's not like, oh, this is only happening today and we're not going to feel it again. No, especially these major heavy hitting planets, they're very slow moving. They stay within orb 5 degrees of one another for quite some time, because that's how long it's going to take for Jupiter to get out of the area of aspecting Neptune. So we are going to have these influences be with us for the next little chunk of time. But this, when an aspect perfects, and that's what's happening here today, they're coming together. This conjunction is a perfect aspect. They're teaming up, sitting next to each other in the cosmos. This is the original activator, the original trigger, if you will, that will set the tone for the events connected to the topics and themes of these planets, to activate them and trigger them to actually start manifesting here on Earth and here in our individual lives.